Come to me, my children. Follow the sound of my voice to receive thy blessings. Unburden yourself.
Ow, 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 ow.
And welcome to the Church of Last Resort with the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll. The Church of Last Resort, where your prayers are heard, your sins forgiven, and no matter what you believe, you won't believe this shit. And now, the Irreverent Reverend, the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll.
Good morning, good morning, brothers and sisters. This includes our new members who may be enjoying us for the first time, wherever you may be, wherever you want to be, because you may not be where you want to be. There you are. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll here, live. Okay, we need to repeat this. Live. And the reason why I'm emphasizing live is because I'm going to tell you a little bit something that occurred a little bit while ago. Did not happen live, but it happened in regards to something that I do live. Okay. I'm here in my office. It's in my office. It's August 10th and 70 degrees, no humidity, and a slight hum of an air conditioning unit in the background. On the other side of this wall, just 9 inches away, it's 72 degrees with 4% humidity and about 15% tariffs. It's a beautiful day for me to find out if it's cheaper to grow my own food and what is growing in my yard right now that I can safely eat. That's right. Welcome to the Church of Last Resort. I am the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, PhD, DDS, ADHD, OBS, MGM, LIX. Yes, I'm keeping the OBS in there because I worked too damn hard to earn it, to just let it go now. I can't. People have also called me the Racy Reverend, the pervert pastor, the vile vulgar vicar of vice, the sexy shepherd, the missionary man, the minister of mischief, the wicked witness, the dirty deacon of doggy style, the frisky fry, the ass man abbot, the booty banging brother, the handsy high priest, Father Fistmas, the wicked I like to watch witness, the holy ho, the divine dominating dominee, the depraved preacher, the minister of making love, the clergy of cunning conversation while eating pussy, and that nasty N-word. The point is that I come by many names and by many methods, but I do not come easy. No, I do not. And children, let us begin in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, Richard Pryor. Can I get a fuck? Yeah, y'all. Yeah. Already I can see that the people watching and kick are already starting up. People watching and kick, they've already started up, and they're already asking me to spend money with them. Already, they're saying, Reverend, we know that you're making so much money over there in the church. Can you give some of it to Kick so that we can expand your church? And I say, I'd say with all due respect to the people in Kick, kiss. There you go. Now, I also want to welcome any new listeners, or to any. I want to say welcome to the people who are attending this service on BitChute. That's BITCHUTE. That's right, BitChute. That's like a female dog riding a utility vehicle. BitChute.com. They're new. Well, they're a relatively new service, so their viewership is not as high as something like the UBTubies, but they can get there. And spreading the word, like what we're doing now, is how it gets there. Okay, so if you're listening right now and you're not on BitChute.com, go to BitChute.com, BITCHUTE.com. Sign up. It's a free subscription. Basic is free. and you can like watch things like this and other things, and you can stream your own stuff on there as well. I'm just learning about it, and I could be getting all kinds of shit wrong right now because that's what I do. I get shit wrong and then I fix it later. Now it is time for our opening prayers, and our opening prayers sponsored by Tantally. If you need an opening, Tantally has your opening needs. If you or someone you know is in need of a prayer by the Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, please send your request for a prayer, a healing, forgiveness, or any such request to me at drreverendjellyroll@gmail.com. That's drrevjellyrolle@gmail.com. Just the way it's scrolling across the bottom, scrolling across the bottom, scrolling across the bottom. Right there. Yes, indeed. And please remember to spell roll with an E on the end. There are other E's in there as well. There's an E in Rev and an E in Jelly, but the E in roll is at the end. The E at Rev is in the middle, and the E at Jelly is like second in line. But roll, that's at the end. Don't forget that. That's very crucial. And if you want to send an email to me, I will read it and I will answer. Like, for example, Google sent me an email, and Google says, "Dear Rev," that's very nice. Have you tried our new AI? Oh, I ain't going to even read the rest of that shit. Have I tried the AI tool? Have they tried listening to me? No, have they tried listening to me and talk about AI? They know they're wasting their time. Have I tried that new AI tool? I got a tool they can try. AI, right there. Yes, indeed. And sorry about the volume increase there to our producers in the background. Sometimes I get a little heavy-handed with my AI and my funky ass and all that other stuff. But the point is, you saw in real time that I did check the email, and I was gonna, if it come from a real person, I would have answered it, not in the same manner which I answered that thing by the Google. Now I won't answer it in real time. Like if you said right now you sent me a message on Google, I'm not gonna. I mean to my Gmail address, I'm not gonna read that right now. You won't get a response till next week. Now if you want to, what's that thing called? If you want to put something in the chat, now, right now, the only chat I can see is the chat on the YouTube. There's just too many screens for me to watch all of them. So if you really feel like you need to chat, you have to chat with me through YouTube. Now, next week, I will do my best to have 2 screens running so that I can watch my YouTube chats and the new people at BitChute or BitChute. Right. Because them being new, I want to encourage them to watch and grow. Now, Kick, Kick shows up over here. The problem is half of them are bots. And I know they're bots because they all have the same address somewhere in there. And then they have to skip the space and then add the space and that kind of shit. And real people don't need to say that kind of stuff. And no, it's UB2Bs. Yeah, I said it right. UB2B. Right. Okay. So, now that I've gotten the, very important. Now for our disclaimer. While all prayers are heard, not all prayers are answered when we want them to be. Some loopholes and strict restrictions may apply. I have to say that for legal reasons. I have no intention of being sued or being carted off like somebody, carted off like my skin is brown and ICE just discovered me walking into a door or 7-Eleven or something. And don't want no dealings like that. So please, brothers and sisters, bow your head. Unless you're driving your car or your significant other. And if that is the case, just close your eyes like so. And gently Gently close your eyes. Don't want to slam them shut. If you slam them shut, you make a lot of noise and disturb people. Just gently close your eyes. Now, some people have the automatic, gentle, like you close the door and it goes, and some people already have that on their eyelids. You try to slam it and and it doesn't. And it just slowly closes. Cats have that. You ever watch a cat? They go, and their eyes slowly close and slowly open. That's because they have that little thing that doesn't slam shut. It just closes slowly and opens up slowly. Cats have that, and some people do too. It's an option. You may not have paid for that option, so you may not have it. You may only have like that. If you can gently close them, please do so. You don't want to wake up the other people in the church by slamming your eyes shut. And do so while you let Jesus do the driving while we pray. Yes, indeed. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Lonnie Anderson. Actress Lonnie Anderson, best known. Before I start, I just want to say, I already started. I just want to backtrack a little. No, fuck it. I'll do it. Remind me to remind you what I was about to say after this. All right. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I should not have done that. That's disrespectful. Dear Lord, especially since I want to make a short of this later on. If I can do this without interrupting and going off script, it'd be easier to make a short later on. It won't be like, there's 6 minutes of rambling. Let's make a 90-second short. Okay. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Lonnie Anderson. Actress Lonnie Anderson, best known for her role on the 1970s and 80s TV sitcom WKRP in Cincinnati, has died. She was 79. Anderson, who played receptionist Jennifer Marlowe on the CBS comedy about the staff of an AM radio station in Ohio, died August 3rd in Los Angeles following an acute, prolonged illness. You may find it acute. I think she found it fatal. She was surrounded by her family, who claimed she was like this when they found her. Okay. Anderson earned 2 Primetime Emmy nominations for Anderson earned 2 Primetime Emmy nominations for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy for her performance as Marlowe during the 4-year run of WKRP, and she won a Silicone Globe for Best Flotation Device in 1996 following her breast enhancement. Rest in peace, Lonnie. For many a young man, you put the sin in Cincinnati. That's right. Can I get a word from our sponsor? And that word is ta-ta. That means see ya. Dear Lord, please bless Sister Janine Seeley. That's right, Janine Seeley, American country music and soul performer, died in hospice care. She was 85. The cause of death was an intestinal infection. Janine Seeley appeared on the Grand Ole Opry radio program more times than any other performer. That's right, well over 5,000. The singer of Don't Touch Me, mainly because her stomach was sensitive, and Can I Sleep in Your Arms, because I just want to lie there, not die there. We'll be honored with a special event entitled Janine Seeley's 5,398th Opry Show on August 14th at 10 a.m. Central Time at Nashville's Grand Ole Opry House. Now, here's the thing. I don't know why they need to say Central Time. If you go to Nashville, to the Grand Ole Opry, to see this, and they say you're going to be there at 10 a.m., you don't have to tell them Central Time. Everybody there will be on Central Time. It'll just say local time, 10 a.m. local time, okay? Because you're not going to Nashville and say, I'm going to be in Nashville, but I'm going to use the time from L.A. That's stupid. See, I went off script again. Now I got to edit this to make it short again. Fuck. Okay. So, They're calling this her 5,398th show. I guess they're expecting her to be there. I don't know, but she is not expected. Oh fuck! All right, I'm going to. Okay, she is not expected to perform, and she may not be on time on account of her being the late Janine Seely. Janine Seely was the first person to record a live album on the Grand Ole Opry stage. Rest in peace, Janine. Your calming influence on young performers was infectious, just like an intestine. Can I get a gut check? Can I get a gut? Yeah. Gut? Yeah. All right. Dear Lord, please bless Brother Jim Lovell. Jim Lovell, American U.S. Navy aviator, mechanical engineer, and NASA astronaut on the Gemini 7 and 12 and Apollo 8 and 13 missions, has died. He was 97. His cause of death is undisclosed. The silent but deadly cause of death of so many people today. Jim Lovell is most famous as the man who uttered the words, "Houston, we have a problem." The start of the now legendary Apollo 13 disaster. To be honest, okay, we're going to go off script here, but that's okay. They're calling that the start of the disaster. If the disaster had not already started, he would not have had to utter those words. If everything was great, he would have just said, "Houston, A-OK." But because the disaster had already started, he says, "Houston, we have a problem." See, they got that wrong. I'm going to try to keep this on track. It is so hard because once my mouth gets in gear and it hits a hill, it just takes off.
Are you high right now?
I wish. I'm not high. I could be. I'll tell you in a minute. Not that I'm high, but what's going on, I'll let you know in a minute. That phrase has been used by hundreds, if not thousands of people in hundreds, if not thousands of situations. You know, if Lovell had thought to copyright it, he would be worth, he'd been worth over $50 billion at the time of his death. Instead, he was only worth $5 million. He was slumming it. For an astronaut, he was slumming it. Lovell was slated to be the fifth man to fake walk on the moon. As a result of disaster, he was portrayed by one of Hollywood's biggest stars, Tom Hanks, who faked being on a fake space mission. Rest in peace, Jim. I'd say that you made 4 round trips, but that's impossible with a flat earth. Can I get some lunacy? Dear Lord, please bless Sister Jane Morgan. Jane Morgan Weintraub. See, most people didn't know her as Jane Morgan Weintraub. That's her married name. Most people knew her as Jane Morgan. So I'm adding the Weintraub in case there's people out there trying to say, is that the same one? The lady, Jane Morgan Weintraub, who married Mr. Weintraub? That's the very same one. She was a singer, nightclub entertainer, Broadway performer, and ubiquitous TV presence in the 1950s and 60s. She died Monday of natural causes in Naples, Florida. She was 101. Her family announced her death saying, "Our beloved Jane passed away peacefully in her sleep." The cause of death is listed as natural. Now, as I understand natural means that nothing artificial or synthetic, including color additives regardless of source, has been included in or has been added to the cause of death. So, just so you know what natural causes are. Because you probably see it all the time. You go into the supermarket and you see like all natural, 100% natural. And then someone says, but they died of natural causes. You want to know, how does that work? And I'm explaining it. Jane was best known for the songs The Day the Rains Came, Fascination, and If I Could Only Live My Life Again. Rest in peace, Jane. And the answer is no, you can't. Can I get no fillers or preservatives? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Mike Hill. Mike Hill, American golfer, has died of cancer. He was 86. If it were up to me, all golfers would die from strokes. And that would be par for the course, or at least the ending of their course. It's not up to me. Then the jokes would write themselves. Mike Hill, during his golf career, won 3 PGA Tour titles and 18 PGA senior titles. Hill developed a close relationship with Lee Trevino on the 50 and older circuit, and together they won 5 times in the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf. And I didn't realize that Liberty Mutual had a golf tournament. That explains all of the holes in their health insurance coverage. Rest in peace, Mike. You left a huge impact in the world of golf, but technically divots. And you should have fixed them, because that's the polite thing to do. Can I get an ice cold mulligan at the 19th hole? Dear Lord, please bless Brother Terry Reid. Terry Reid, English rock guitarist and singer-songwriter, has died. He was 75. His cause of death is listed as cancer and not, as one might imagine, regret. Terry Reid was apparently the most legendary vocalist and guitarist that never became a household name, although many of his songs were covered by other notable artists. Here are some of the notable covers. Without Expression was covered by Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Baby, I Love You was covered by the Raconteurs, or Raconteurs. I'm going to wind up saying that name again, and I'll misspell it again. No, I'll spell it correctly. I just may not be saying it right. Give Me Some Lovin' was covered by Cheap Trick. Stay With Me, Baby was covered by Rumor, Rumer. Season of the Witch was covered by the Hollies. Bang Bang was covered by the Raconteurs. And the drums on that song is Bitchin'. If you can check it out, check out Bang Bang by Terry Reid, their version, not the Raconteurs. It's a bitchin' drum part. I love it. It's just bitchin', just plain bitchin'. River was covered by the Hollies. Seed of Memory was covered by Joe Bonamassa. Okay. And Without Expression was covered by Chris Cornell. That's right. Now, Terry Reid was making money as a musician at age 12. He was already playing in a band, performing at age 12. At age 15, he was touring with Peter J. and the Jaywalkers. With all of that, he will still be best known as the guy who turned down Led Zeppelin and recommended Robert Plant to Jimmy Page for vocals. That's right. When Jimmy Page went to start Led Zeppelin, well, they weren't called Led Zeppelin in the very beginning, but when he went to put together his band, the first person he went to for vocals was Terry Reid. But Terry Reid was busy with, he had a contract and he was touring already. I can't remember with who at the time. It wasn't not the Who, but one of those bands. I can't remember with whom he was touring. Okay, so he turned down Led Zeppelin. Technically, he turned down Jimmy Page because Led Zeppelin hadn't been called Led Zeppelin yet. Jimmy was still putting the band together. Terry also turned down Deep Purple. See, those two big names, those two names you've probably heard of. Even if you don't listen to rock, you've heard of Led Zeppelin and you've heard of Deep Purple, and you probably never heard of Terry Reid. Okay, Reid released 6 studio albums. His first album was called Bang Bang, You're Terry Reid, 1968. His second album was called Terry Reid in 1969. Now, that's what it was called over across the pond. Over here, the United States title was called Move Over for Terry Reid. Now, his first album was kind of eclectic. It's almost like he wanted to put everything he knew how to do on that album, and there was no cohesion. And that was what the critics mainly said about the album. There was no cohesion. Not that the music was bad, they just wanted cohesion. His third album was entitled River, 1973. His fourth studio album was called Seed of Memory, 1976. His fifth studio album was called Rogue Waves, 1978. And his sixth studio album was called 1991. I'm sorry, it was called The Driver in 1991. Now, for those of you who are smart, which all of my listeners are, and my viewers, otherwise you would not be my viewers and listeners, you notice a pattern. His first 2 albums were titled after him, had his name in the title, Terry Reid. Even though in his first one, he says Bang Bang, which is the name of the most popular song on that record, on that album. Bang Bang, You're Terry Reid. Okay. And then his second album is called Terry Reid. But the last 4 albums were titled after songs on the album. So it was like his first one is a compromise. You see that pattern? In the beginning, he goes, do I call it after a song or do I put my name in it? Because people need to know who Terry Reid is, but they're going to need to know a song on the album. And he did that. And then he said, fuck it, Terry Reid. And then he goes, fuck it again, I'm going to name an album after a song. And he did that 4 more times. See? You can see the evolution of him naming things there. And he also, in addition to those 6 studio albums, he had 4 live albums during his career. Terry Reid is featured. Terry Reid is also featured prominently in 2 films. 1970, the movie Groupies, which features a performance of Bang Bang and Super Lungs, My Super Girl, and I did. Super Lungs, My Super Girl. I'm going to tell you, okay, I'm going to go off script. I'll just edit this yes, I'm going off script because I'm talking to you live. When I'm talking to you live, I can talk to you in a different way than if I'm just trying to create a short for people who didn't stick around live to entice them to watch the show. Okay. That, as well as there was backstage footage recorded in San Francisco. Okay, fine. Super Lungs. Okay. It's his nickname. That's what they called him, Super Lungs. So this song, Super Lungs, My Super Girl, I should have looked up the lyrics. I should have. Because initially, I didn't make the connection that his nickname was Super Lungs. Because I didn't make the connection until much later of me writing this. Not a whole lot later, because I wrote this at 4 o'clock this morning. Because we went out last night. And we didn't come home until late. And by the time I got home, I was too tired to write. I tried to write, and my brain was just fucking dead. I was just staring at my computer like this for about 20 minutes before I realized that shit wasn't going to get done. And I said, okay, I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm going to set my alarm for 4 o'clock. And hopefully that'll give me enough time to write this and proofread it, research it, write it, proofread it, and get ready for the morning. Barely enough time. I was exhausted. I started at 4 and I finished like around 6 something. And I said, okay, I got to get me some sleep. And I didn't wake up until like, I usually wake up 7:30 and I woke up, it was after 8 o'clock. Yeah. You do the math. I had like 48 minutes to get ready for the show. Did I say show? I meant sermon. Where was I? I'm going to back up. Okay. Terry Reid is featured prominently in 2 films. Okay, I did that part. I remember now. All right, next paragraph. Okay. And the other film is called Super Lungs, titled after his nickname. Okay. Now, Super Lungs, my Supergirl. When I saw that title, that's where I was going. I thought he was saying his Supergirl, had super lungs. And I wanted to know why she needed those super lungs. And I didn't read the lyrics. You can do that because it's a song, Super Lungs, I think. I thought it was a song. I think Super Lungs is no. I don't think it's a song. Let me see. Yeah, it's a song. It's a song because he performs it. Super Lungs, my Supergirl. Damn. Like I said, the brain is trying to catch up. The brain is really it's going uphill. It's like it's going uphill and it's trying to go uphill in neutral. That's what my brain is doing right now. It's trying to go uphill in neutral. So Super Lungs is a feature-length documentary based on Reed's life and his music career. That was done in 2016. I recommend it because the guy really was a good guitar player, and his vocals. I'm not gonna put him on par with Dio. I'm not gonna say that he was like Dio, but he was popular enough that everybody wanted to see him. Seems like everybody wanted to work with him, and they don't do that for people who don't have talent. And I'm talking about black artists and white artists alike. They used to call him the blue-eyed soul singer, something like that. Something that I think whatever they used to call the Righteous Brothers. They started using that in England to describe any white person who could sing like a black person, or like they belong, and they called them blue-eyed soul singers or something like that. I can't remember. Rest in peace, Terry. I have no idea how you slipped under my radar. Can I get I can't know everything. Dear Lord, please bless Colin Jacobson. Colin Jacobson, or Carl J, as he was known in the music biz. He was an Australian pop rock singer, songwriter, and guitarist. He has died. He was 89. His cause of death is undisclosed. Yes, another artist dying from undisclosed. Undisclosed is the new SIDS without the clever acronym. At least now, for now. Maybe undisclosed can be given some kind of clever acronym later. Tried it this morning at 4:29. At 5:29, I tried to do one and I gave up. Joy was most famous for his role as the frontman of Cole J and the Joy Boys. Carl Joy and the Joy Boys. Fuck. Take 6. Joy was most famous for his role as the frontman of Carl Joy and the Joy Boys. Okay. A title that they regretted. He said, I regret that band name. Even though I think they did like 6 records under that name, but yeah, he said, I'm sorry. Yeah, they had 6 hits under that name, but we should not have called ourselves that. And so apparently a Joy Boy means something different in Australia now than it did back then. I have no idea. So he was a front man, and he's also known for his discovery of the iconic Australian band, the Bee Gees. That's right. He discovered the Bee Gees. Joy was the first Aussie pop star to hit #1 on Australia's local charts with the single Bye Bye Baby in 1959, which he performed with backing vocals from the Sapphires, the first all-female, all First Nations singing group in Australian history. Now, here's First Nations is the Aussie way of saying they be black. Now, I don't know where there are other Aborigines. I do not. I was under the impression that Australia was the only place that had indigenous Aborigines. I could be wrong. I'm bringing this up because it says right here, the Sapphires, the first all-female, all First Nations singing group in Australian history. I think they would be the first all-female, all Aborigine group anywhere in the world. Because I think Australia is the only place that has Aborigines. It's not like they're going to be an all-female Aborigine group in Iceland. I mean, it'd be a novel thing. But anyway, maybe I should have thought about that. It may make sense on a good night's sleep. And that sentence may make perfect sense on a good night's sleep, and I'm just not grasping it. Apparently, you just said he was like Dio. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was. The First Nations, the Aussie way, say, okay, yeah, be black. Lord, Joy launched a successful talent scouting, management, and record label operation when he opened ATA Studios at Glebe in Sydney. Now, here's the thing. They were a rock band, relatively successful rock band in Australia. And they decided, his brother and his sister decided that we're going to open up a talent agency and studio. And so that's what they did. And in 1963, Joy happened across a group of young performers from Redcliffe calling themselves the Bee Gees, who at the time were touring Queensland resorts to make ends meet. Now, I don't know how the Bee Gees were making ends meet before or then, but Robin had a pretty little mouth. Yeah, uh-huh. Or, oh yeah, uh-huh. Oh yeah, uh-huh. Released in 1959, featuring drummer John Bogey on the Hermes Ambassador standard typewriter. Okay, when I wrote that this morning, it made sense. See, to tie in the pretty little mouth and then adding the, oh yeah, uh-huh. And then it occurred to me that you're not going to realize that what I did was I took one of Terry Reed's, who's this guy? Colin Joy, song titles. Oh yeah, uh-huh, which he released in 1959. Now, what is interesting about that song, oh yeah, uh-huh, released in 1959, because it's the first, I think it was the first song to reach at #1 that used a typewriter instead of a drum machine. Instead of a drummer. That's right. That's what I wanted to say, featuring drummer John Bogey on the Hermes Ambassador standard typewriter, because that's what he did. He did the percussion on the typewriter. Now he didn't do the ding. So I think they took the bell off so he could just go ticky 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 ticky. No, Nobel Prize winner. Rest in peace, Joy. Undisclosed is a real killjoy. Can I get a love you pretty baby till the day I die, which would be August 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Bye-bye, baby. Now, see, those are his song titles. You're going to have to look it up for it to make any kind of sense. And dear Lord, please bless Sister Kelly Mack. Sister Kelly Mack, actress from The Walking Dead, has died. She was 33. Yes, indeed. Her cause of death is listed as cancer. Now, I'm sorry, what did I do there? I just kind of screwed up. I screwed up my screen, and that's okay. I'm going to pretend that I know what I'm doing. I'm going to pretend I've done this before. All right. And you are all invited to pretend along with me. How's that sound? Are we there, boys and girls? We're going to pretend? Yes, we are. We're going to pretend I didn't fuck up. Okay. The American star's death was confirmed on her own social media page this week. Not by her. That would be difficult because, well, see, she was dead and she would not be able to do that on her own. Somebody would have done that for her. Yes, it was her family, and they shared the following statement, quote, "It is with indelible sadness that we are announcing the passing of our dear Kelly. Such a bright, fervent light has transitioned to the beyond, where we are all eventually must go." Okay. It continues, "Kelly passed peacefully on Saturday evening with her loving mother, Kristen, and steadfast aunt, Karen, present. Her last name isn't present. They were there. Okay. They were witnesses. Kelly has already come to many of her loved ones in the form of various butterflies. Close quote. Now, with all due respect, I call bullshit. Okay? Bullshit. Okay? As a man of the cloth, a nice polyester blend that never needs ironing, but definitely needs washing, I cannot let that comment stand. They made a poignant comment. They were poignant enough to say we all must go and then claim we come back as butterflies. Okay? You can't do both. Don't do both. Don't try both. It makes your brain hurt. Okay? First of all, do you know how many kids out there right now are catching butterflies to feed their little pet insectivores? 6. That the key to the answer is right now, and the answer is 6. Now, Kelly's sister wrote the following statement. "And as her sister, I want you all to know how brave that tough SOB was, especially when she decided to make the leap to be reunited with God. I'm so proud of her." Okay, decided to make the leap to be reunited with God. Okay, that contradicts her dying peacefully in her sleep. That sentence implies that she was awake and decided to jump. Okay, that sounds more like someone's trying to cover up somebody pushing their sister off a balcony. No, officer, she decided to leap. That's what that sounds like to me. I'm just saying their family is full of inconsistencies, and Kelly, at age 33, I think her death needs to be investigated. Rest in peace, Kelly. May your peaceful transition not go uninvestigated. That's right. Can I get a little Columbo action in here? That's right. That's right. And finally, Lord, please bless the entire behind-the-scenes staff at Mind Dog TV. They are truly doing your work, helping to spread your word throughout the wordosphere. They could be anywhere today, but they are wishing they were anywhere today. And that ought to count for something. MindDogTV.com, the place to go to get your Church of Last Resort gear. And now for a little bump for the Lord. Indeed. Yes, indeed. Whoa. It's so good to be back home having the standard stuff. Because yesterday, we were out with friends and sampling some of their alcoholic wares, like apple whiskey, which was okay. But when you're sampling these things, you're sampling them straight so you can see what they taste like. So you're doing a little shot of apple whiskey, and then this uh, vodka called Scotty's out of Frederick, Maryland. I'm gonna give them a plug. Scotty's out of Frederick, Maryland. Um, Apparently, they use corn in their vodka as opposed to taters or whatever. It's a good blend now. And then we did like a boat tour of a river. I don't remember what river we were on because in Maryland, I think the river's called something else, and it's called in Pennsylvania. I think in Maryland, I think it's called Gunpowder, or maybe that's just the falls. But in Pennsylvania, it's called the place where kids jump off of rocks because they're fucking crazy because the water's only 2 feet deep. I think that's its Native American name in Pennsylvania. And so, I forgot why I mentioned that. Oh yeah, because it did a little bump, and so it's good to have domestic liquor back in my belly. Well, not really domestic, home, what I'm used to drinking, because my stomach is still recuperating from the stuff that I had yesterday, because it was new. It was like introducing a new species into a new environment, and they had to adjust to their surroundings. At any rate, in the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck? Yeah, yeah. Fuck yeah! Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now, a heads up to the studio. I got this next part. I didn't prepare it this morning because I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking right or straight. So I got this next thing. Don't worry about it. Don't look for it. I got it. Brothers and sisters, earlier, I had mentioned something about the live thing. Right. And the reason why I mentioned it was because one of the comments on one of the shorts that I do to promote this show, one of the comments says, I love you, or something like that. And I only want to help. Well, technically, they didn't say that right away. They start off by saying, you should record this in advance, and that way you won't fuck up so much. And you can say what you're trying to say. And I appreciate that, because I think they think that I pre-recorded this and I'm leaving the fuck ups in. It's like, no, this is live and these are my fuck ups, and I can't hide them all. If you watch it live, you saw the fuck ups, and when I do the shorts, I'm cutting 6 minutes down to like 90 seconds. And so some of the fuck ups they're not even seeing. And it's, to me, it's just kind of funny. But at any rate, I just want to mention that for people watching live, if you see a short and you don't see the fuck ups that I do here, it's like, wait a minute, that's not right. It's not that I'm trying to hide them from you. I have to cut things down for time. Okay, I can't put in everything that is actually even funny in a 90-second clip. Not that there's that much funny on the show, but if it were, I couldn't do it. So, but I do want to promote the our sister station, our I forgot what it's called, the mothership. Our flagship show, Coffee with the Dog. Okay. Apparently, there are people who watch this who say, "Hey, I want to be on Coffee with the Dog," or they think they want to be on this show, which in the beginning I wanted, but not to debate. Only wanted people to be able to ask for prayers live, and working on that. But just it turns out that people don't want their prayers announced live. They don't do that. They like, no, I think I want my sins in the dark. You can just pray for me. You can just guess what sins I did and pray for me. So, but if you're out there and you're saying, I want to be on the Coffee with the Dog show. I have talent. I have merchandise. I have product, and I want to promote my brand. This young lady here, Sister Curly Hair So Bright, is going to tell you how you can be on Coffee with the Dog. Right?
Comedians, musicians, songwriters, filmmakers, authors, and podcasters. Coffee with the Dog is booking for the
summer and fall.
Now, get free publicity and hone your interview skill in a fun and safe setting. Coffee with the Dog is a live radio, live stream podcast based in New York that airs daily Monday to Friday 9 a.m. to 11 o'clock in syndication on iHeartRadio, as well as video streaming platforms like YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and many other platforms. Guests usually come on remotely via StreamYard, like Zoom but easier, although occasionally we do in-studio interviews. The morning show focuses mainly on comedians and musicians, and they have interviewed many top names and classic celebrities such as Robert Klein, Mike Binder, Eddie Brill, Doug Stanhope, Steve Byrne, Paul Provenza, Jeff Altman, and many, many others. For booking, go to minddogtv.com/booking.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Curly Hair So Bright. Thank you. Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she wonderful? Every week she does that for us, and she doesn't slip up once. Not once does she make a mistake. I mean, her voice changes, but that's it. Now, brothers and sisters, our sermon today. First of all, we don't have a lot of time for a sermon, but then again, it means I don't have a lot of time to fuck up. There were so many fucking deaths this week. I mean, I just picked like the 6 that I thought you might, pay attention to and go like, he didn't mention that. There were like another dozen or so celebrity deaths last week. I mean, fucking celebrities from all over the world. And some of them names I couldn't pronounce. And that was how I picked. First of all, if I couldn't pronounce your name, I dropped it right off the bat. And then there was no chance anybody heard of you. You were just a celebrity in the east coast of Portugal. You got dropped. At any rate, there was a lot of celebrity deaths last week. But brothers and sisters, this week I'm going to talk about the sermon is called the Book of Rebel-ations, and I'm saying Rebel-ations as in rebellious, as in rebelling, as in not following the rules. Okay. I get concerned with all of these people who keep trying to bring about the end of days. What's your rush? And where's your faith? Okay? What's your rush? Because not everyone is ready to die yet. What gives you the right to decide for everyone else when we should die? That would be like 44% of the population of a country deciding who should be the president of a country of nearly 350 million people. Okay, never mind. That's like a bad example. The point is, okay, where's your faith in your own Bible? Okay, your own Bible. I'm not asking you to trust my Bible. You're the one who's trying to bring about the end of time. So I'm going to say trust your Bible, okay? Your Bible says no one knows the day, all right? It does. It's right here. I can. Let's go to the good book. Let's ask the good book. In the good book, in Matthew 24:42, hey, good book. Hey, what do you say about what does Matthew 24:42 say? Okay. Jesus warned his followers, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. So is Jesus coming back soon? Wait till I read the rest of the scripture. Okay, that's the good book, all right? And that's just Matthew. When you reach the end of the Bible in Rebel-ations, Jesus makes supposedly Jesus makes a final declaration. A good book. What does Rebel-ations 22:20 say? Yes, I am coming soon. Oh, okay. So the question too, is Jesus coming soon? Is yes, he's coming soon.
Yeah, based on this statement, if you asked a believer whether Jesus is coming back soon, they would just most likely say yes, because they believe what Jesus said. I would agree with them.
You would?
Kinda.
All right. So what is soon then? Okay. What else? What does Matthew 24:36 say?
But about the day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. Matthew 24:36.
Okay. Now, it says right there, the Son and the Father, like they're two separate beings, not like they're a Trinity.
That's right. No such thing as a Trinity.
Thank you.
I've looked all inside of myself, and there is no Trinity mentioned anywhere in me.
Nowhere inside you.
Nope.
Can I look inside you?
Yep.
And I won't find any Trinity if I go searching up inside you.
Nope.
So if I go over there right now and I get my little latex gloves and I start putting my hand all up in you, I'm not going to find any Trinity.
Nope. Look as much as you want. Take your time and search real slow. Take your time. Turn each page one at a time and search away.
Oh, okay, it's getting kind of creepy. Never mind. I'm going to take his word for it. I'm not going searching because apparently that's kind of creepy. At least it feels dirty to me. Okay, now, even if you did know the day, let's pretend you knew the day that Jesus is coming back. Your margin of error is enormous because according to Scripture, which is supposed to be like your map of Godspeak, Scripture tells us that one of God's days is like 1,000 years. And then you take that, one day could be 1,000 years, and you factor in your leap years. Okay, that throws things off a little bit. And then your leap centuries. What? You didn't know we had leap centuries? Yes, we do. And I'm telling you how a leap century works. When we do leap year, okay, the planet goes like one revolution around the sun is like 365.24 something. We basically say it's a quarter day. Okay, we say a fourth of a day, but it's not a fourth of a day. It's a fourth of a day and some minutes. All right, but we only add every 4 years. We just add a whole day, and then all those little minutes pile up. Okay, that's right. They don't go away just because you didn't add them. They just setting aside all those little weird minutes and seconds, and it takes a while for them to equal another whole day. So what happens is about every 400 years, we have to take a day back. That's right. We add a day every 4 years, but in 400 years, we're going to have another extra day because of all of all those seconds and minutes that we didn't deal with added up. But it takes 400 years. And that's why we don't talk about it, because chances are we are not going to be around in 400 years to see it. Chances are. So we don't talk about that. Now, the last people who did it, it was like, they go, what? We only got to do this once. When do we do this again? 400 years? Should we tell somebody? Just the people who make the calendars. And only the ones 400 years from now. But scientists and astronomers, they're going to keep track. So we don't have to? All right, I'm not going to worry about it. That's right. So 400, so we're talking, let's just pretend you know the day. And God says, well, one of my days is like 1,000 years. Okay. And in the 1,000 years, there's two 400-year periods where we have extra days that we have to count for, not just the leap years. What I'm saying is, good fucking luck trying to figure out what day it is. That's what I'm saying. Okay. And how many of those days have you had since Rebel-ations was written? How many? Those, 2 centuries? That's five of those extra days. What I'm saying is, stop fucking around. You don't know. You have no fucking idea when it's coming, if it's coming. I'm not one of those people who think it's coming. But that's just me. And I have different reasons for thinking that way. Okay? Now, I could bring up Mr. Good Book again, see what the Good Book says about Psalm 90, chapter 90, verse 4, page 12. For in your sight 1,000 years are but a day that passes, or a watch of the night. 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night for you. 1,000 years are as a passing day, as brief as a few night hours. Okay, there you go, plain and simple. So even if God says, "Oh, tomorrow," his tomorrow could be 999 years away. Right? You don't know. Stop fucking guessing. Okay, stop, please, children. People out there. Okay, I'm gonna end on this. Stop preparing the world for. Right. I think I did that wrong. Stop preparing the world for my death. Right. Stop preparing the world for its death, and try to fix the world for our children and our grandchildren. Okay. Stop wishing the ends of days to come. You don't know. You can't do it. You can't bring it, and you just don't want to be responsible for tomorrow, so you don't want tomorrow to come. Because you're tired of fighting the injustice. You're tired of fighting the hunger. You're tired of fighting the greed. All right. Well, that's what we're here for. We are here to fight the hunger. We are here to fight the injustice. We are here to fight the greed. All right. And if you're tired, don't take the world away from us who are still fighting. We get tired too, but we're still fighting. If you're tired, leave. Go. Get the fuck out. But don't ruin it for the rest of us, okay? We're trying to save a planet for our children and our grandchildren. Now, before I close, I want to thank those of you who have subscribed to my fledgling YouTube channel, Dr. Reverend Jelly Roll, with an E. Bless you. And same thing with my Facebook fan page, fan club, whatever it's called on Facebook. I know it's not a regular page because they remind me all the fucking time. I try to do something, they go like, "You're not a regular page." Okay, so bless you for those of you who follow me there as well. I also invite you to help a brother out, give GD Fenderson some work at gigsalad.com. He has nothing on his calendar in August. Nothing. No private events for nothing. For August. When he turned the calendar over from July to August and saw it was blank, he said, "What the fuck? I can't believe that. No gigs and what the fuck?" That's right. So give a brother a break. Hire him. He's pretty fucking funny, and he can customize his sets to whatever your company or your business or your party is for. He's that fucking prolific and that fucking funny. And I'm not saying he's as funny as I am, but we have two different, stop ways of doing things. So, give the brother a break. Gigsalad.com, GD Fenderson. Now, on behalf of the Church of Last Resort and the entire Roll family, my wife, I'm on a roll, my kids, Cinnamon and Jelly Jr. roll, our cat Tootsie roll, and our dog Stop Dropping roll. I wish you safe travels, and I hope you will join us next week at 9 a.m. Eastern Orthodox Time on Mind Dog TV and everywhere that our word is heard. And welcome to those new people on BitChute or BitChute.com. Welcome. Those of you who are still commenting in Twitch, your best viewers, yeah, right, eat me, okay? People on Twitch and people on Kick, if you're trying to sell me viewers, fuck off, okay? Fuck off. Fuck the hell off. I don't buy viewers. If I bought viewers, I'd have more viewers. I'm not buying any viewers. Eat me, okay? Stop wasting my fucking time. Oh, yeah, and by the way, if you are joining, I've had people follow me, and then as soon as they follow me, they message me and go, "Hey, Reverend, I checked out your website." No, you didn't. I don't have a website. GD Fenderson has a website, and he was nice enough to I guess, acknowledge me on there, because I'm too fucking cheap to have a website, and I'm not smart enough to design one. GD Fenderson can design his website. It's not great, but it's designed, okay? But stop trying to sell me shit, okay? That's the point. Don't friend me to sell me shit. My friends don't sell me shit. My friends know I'm broke. They give me shit, okay? They say, Rev, want to go out to dinner? I'm buying. I'm like, hey, friend. They say, Rev, want to go out for drinks? I'm buying. Hey, friend. They don't say, hey, Rev, want to go out to dinner? I want to sell you shit. Hey, what the fuck? So stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop trying to sell me shit. If I want to buy shit, I know how to use Google, okay? If I want to buy a microphone, I know how to Google a microphone, okay? I'll go, oh, look at there. There's a Audio-Technica AT2020. That's a good price. I think I'll buy it. That's right. I said that. You know why? Because I just bought one. I bought an Audio-Technica AT2020. You didn't know that. I knew that, so I went and Googled it, and I bought one. Stop trying to sell me shit. When I want to buy something, I'll spend my fucking money. Sorry. I'm just so tired of people trying to sell me shit. I can't stand it, man. I can't fucking stand it. Stop trying to sell me shit, okay? I can only spend my money once. I can spend it on bills, and when I got extra money, I'll spend it on stuff that I can use or need. Stop trying to sell me shit that I don't need just because you have extra stock in your hands. And, ooh, TikTok must have made a mistake. They're selling this for $12. It's supposed to be $84. Fuck you. If I want it, I'll spend $84 when I got $84. Just because it's $12 doesn't mean I'm going to buy it now, because I don't need it now, and I don't have the money for it now. So fuck off. I'm sorry. In the name of George Carlin, Robin Williams, and Richard Pryor, can I get a fuck yeah? Fuck yeah! Freaking subscribe. Damn it. And stop trying to sell me shit. Stop it. Debit card? I got my own debit card. I don't have to ask anybody for money. I got a debit card. If I want to buy shit, I buy shit. Trying to sell me shit all the damn time. Every time I turn around, someone trying to sell me shit.